Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, this better not be cringe. Holy shit. Listen, Fire, I know you hate Destiny, but you still represent our community, okay? Alright, this better not be cringe. When you guys are going out there, you're making public appearances like this, okay? Oh, okay. Alright, we'll see how this goes. Alright,
Yeah,
cool.
you're a bit loud. I'll take you down. Go.
It's
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
cringe.
all
Oh,
good.
lord.
Yeah, listen, I am from Foodshop server, so
Oh my god! You fucked up! You fucked up! Why would you say this?
I mean,
Okay.
he's like a Destiny orbiter, and I'm kind of
Stop! I'm not a Destiny Orbiter! What the I can't. You're messing. Why? You're just smearing me. What?
like a lefty, and one of my friends from there told
Great. Now everyone thinks that we're just a server of lefties. Fuck you, dude.
me that I should go on to your stream to debate Israel-Palestine. So I don't know why, but I am
Okay.
here now.
Do you guys see
He
that
told me that
his chat?
we would have disagreements on the Yasser Arafat and why he walked away. He thought it was completely insane, and I guess I'd be more sympathetic to that view.
Someone said, "Don't say that out loud." Yeah, it's fuck me, dude. Come on, discreet, discreet. Okay, discreet, discreet. What part of discreet? Don't you not? Okay.
But like, okay, I'm not a fan of you or anything, so I don't know exactly your positions on it, and maybe we would
Um,
actually agree.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
god. Why would you not search up his positions? Okay, alright, whatever, man. Here we
yeah, it's
go.
pretty straightforward. You can sympathize with him saying no to Camp David because it wasn't good enough, but I don't sympathize with him walking away
Dude has
without any
balls.
counteroffer.
No, he has Dunning Crow like Kruger. He dude. Oh my god. He because he thinks that he can just like have a casual intellectual conversation with Lonerbox. It's not balls, it's like ego.
And then also him diddling and wasting
Like
time
the
when the point
confidence
barragers
that he
came
said
forward
all
because
of
they
this
were a better
is
offer.
crazy.
I don't know why he
What?
didn't just
No
play ball with
humility.
that because they were on a time limit. He fucked around anyway.
we're at a time limit, and they fucked around right away. I mean, I guess I could criticize him on that, but I mean, from my understanding, there were the two main narratives.
Like, do you see like food shops, like people questioning food shops? Like, I don't have a good reputation in Loner Box's community. Okay, here's the thing, okay? If you mention you came from me, that's fine. But just know that, like, literally everybody outside of our community fucking hates us, okay? Including DGG. Alright? Including DGG. Yeah, just know that, alright? Because if you say that you're from my community, okay? You're poisoning the well for yourself. Most communities. No, everyone. Like, which community likes us? Seriously, well, like that's a serious question. Oh, Macro Liberal, thank you so much for your tier 2. I appreciate that. Why does DG hate you? Oh, well, I mean, they just remember me from when I beefed with Kelly Jean. That's primarily where they remember me from. When I was beefing with Kelly Jean after Kicker Keep, the first Kicker Keep episode I was on. And they sided with Kelly Jean, and then when the whole like lolly drama stuff went down, they kicked me out of DGG server. Um, I got banned from Destiny subreddit multiple times as well because I was arguing with people and generally being a troll, which fair enough, right? But look, listen, okay, I just listen. It is okay. It just okay. All right.
Regarding on
They
why
took
he
Kelly's
rejected
side.
the
Uh
Camp
huh.
David offer. Um, right, there was a main Israel narrative
Back then, it was a long
where
time ago.
under Ehud Barak, he made like a really generous offer for a Palestinian state. I think that's kind of an unfair assessment. Um, and the second one is
See, do you see Acreal? This person is like a Reservoir viewer. You don't want food shops in your army.
the Palestinian narrative, where
Food Foodshops is a drama slapster, which that is just descriptively true. But yeah.
A lot of the Israel offer was it was fragmented. Palestinians lacked a lot of sovereignty for the state and shit like that. So there are these two opposing narratives, and I guess I side with the Palestinian narrative more on that, on why he rejected it. But I mean, I could, I guess, criticize him on him fucking around by not offering anything to counter that deal. And I guess this is also my position. I think strategically, the Palestinians probably should have accepted the deal at the time, but I am more sympathetic to that view that they didn't. So yeah.
I don't know if we disagree then.
So somebody said that fire sounds like female Lonerbox. That is just about like the highest praise you could ever get ever. Can you imagine saying that? You sound like, oh lord, you sound like female Lonerbox. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Econo Boys community doesn't hate you because it no longer exists. Okay. All right.
I
Thanks.
think,
Oh, wait.
apart from that, I don't think they should have accepted Camp David. I think they were right to say no to it because it's clear that Israel was willing to give up more, which is why the Clinton parameters came
Too
so quickly
soon.
afterwards. But yeah, I think once the Clinton parameters came, then they should have just said like, okay, well, we'll take this, or here are the bits that we would change, and at least the
The
historians could
Clinton
be
parameters was that
blessed.
they got more. The Clinton parameters was they got more land, right?
Yeah,
Especially,
there's a
and I'm
few
not
other
sure.
changes as well. I think the security presence of Israel was a little bit different as well, with the warning stations and whether it was an American presence and some of them were an Israel one. Yeah.
Did they budge on the? Because I remember Taba Summit was the closest that they've ever gotten to the Palestinian demands, which is, I think the main Palestinian pain point was probably the right of return, and Israel's insistence on not really budging for that was why a lot of the deal got delayed, from my
Uh,
understanding.
well, in a
I don't know if they
well,
care that much about the security. I don't know if they care that much about the security, because I believe that I would understand they conceded a lot regarding the demilitarization.
It's funny to me that people think that people think that fire's a woman. I just think that's funny. Bro, this is boring. Get to the drama. Dude, what the fuck? If you want to get to the drama, you can just come back in like 30 minutes. Jesus. It's almost as if I ended the stream too early, okay? And then I'm just waiting for everyone to come back. Jesus. All right.
They gave up.
Also, this is literally one of us, calling into Lonerbox. Of course I want to watch this. Yeah, of course. Of course I want to see it, like, how someone holds up from our community, right? Fuck.
Rights for their borders and shit like that. I think they would have accepted all of that. I think the main thing was the right of return, or the infinite right of
It's
return,
not
and
a
giving
woman. No.
some just solution,
yeah, but we don't
regarding
know
the right of
we don't
return.
know what the final offer was or what any kind of implementable model was offered by
Bushal, does Lonerbox look like a goat? Yes or no? Yes.
the Palestinians because they didn't
Yeah,
give
but
one, right? They gave vague statements about flexibility alongside
It's funny because Fire's the least representative community member. I know, yeah.
a right, it being a right for everyone.
but we
Yeah.
know they would be flexible to a potential deal that doesn't just include all the Palestinians going to Israel, because they were, I think, I'm not sure if you've read the EU papers on.
Oh my god, Chinchilla! Nobody cares! Dude, you should keep on. Oh, Chinchilla be like, nobody, Chinchilla. Yeah, so I debated this person a long time ago at some point, yeah, in the past. And he's gonna say this for literally every single person. Dude, who cares? Oh my gosh, anyone can call in anyway, okay?
The Taba
Jesus.
Summit. But there was like a general feeling of positive sentiment by the second meeting of the Taba Summit, that they would have reached a favorable
You're being
conclusion to both
gay!
sides.
Okay.
And I believe that it is in their opinions as well that if they had one more meeting, they would have had a deal that both sides would agree to. So
But that one
that's
more
my.
meeting is quite crucial because Ehud Barak was a lame duck. So the one more meeting does matter. It's quite consequential. It's also, but the fact is that even after that one meeting, even after Sharon came in, it's not like Arafat still said, like, just for the sake of the international community at least, or for the Israeli left, like, here is our resolution on right of return that we will accept. Like, there was just never, Israel gave final offers on right of return, and the Palestinians did not respond
But
with a final offer of their own. That's the thing. And we, to this day, we don't have it. We have no idea, like, a final offer of concession from any Palestinian leader on right of return. It's all just
what did
like
wait? I'm sorry. I'm actually not
wishy-washy.
sure about it. What did Israel offer for the right of return?
Their offer, so Camp David is one I know best. I don't know if Clinton changed it that much. It was that they would contribute to a humanitarian fund to resettle refugees who didn't go back to Palestine. There would be an infinite right of return to the state of Palestine, say from like Lebanon and Syria, and Israel would allow
What currency is that? I don't know. I actually don't know. Who knows?
in an unspecified number on humanitarian grounds. So people like who were in severe like humanitarian issues, mostly
Wait, is that
Lebanon, I
shekels?
think. That was their offer.
Do you think the Palestinians were not willing to budge on the right of return and would be more willing to accept like anything less than full right of return? You know,
I don't know. For Arafat, it seems like the issue was more to
Wait,
do
how
with
long is this talk? Oh shit! They talked for like 20 minutes? Okay, hold on. We'll speed this up a little bit.
Jerusalem, but on right of return, it does seem like there's a general aversion to ever committing to something that looks like it's conceding right of return to any degree. That's why I don't think they
but
do it.
Fast
I don't know. I
enough.
feel like after I mean that was the general feeling I had, right? But after reading the EU papers on Taba Summit, it seems like everything was so positive, right?
Yeah, everything was
Like,
positive, and that was
you could
positive on both ends. But I'm just wondering, like, people can have positive sentiment, but where's the out of even that? Where's the right of return addressed or fleshed out from the Palestinian end? I don't see it. As
No,
far as I
I believe it
remember,
was no.
let me see.
From from last time I remember on the EU when I read the EU papers, there
So
was actually wait, I'll pull it up.
I wish I took page numbers from this fucking book. Let's see.
So okay, the right of return. Okay, I have it here.
Fires actually doing loan
This
Yeah, I
PDF.
know.
The right of return was discussed.
I know,
What
it's
about it?
wild. It's wild.
That's,
It's
of course,
wild.
you can say
So
it's discussed, but I just want to know like what was changed from, or what was fleshed out from that made it look like there was something
So-
different from the Clinton parameters.
So I'm not really that aware of the Clinton parameters. I just know regarding the Clinton parameters, they got more land, and they kind of they removed some of the security requirements. I'm not sure, but Taba Summit is what I'm more familiar with. But I guess they in the Taba
Oh, for
Summit,
fuck's
because it's all
sake.
informal, they informally suggested a 3-track 15-year absorption program, and they provided real numbers. And the Palestinians' second track referred to the absorption of Palestine to Israel that shall to Palestinian sovereignty. So they did not present a number, but they stated the negotiations could not start without an Israeli opening position. I'm actually not sure what that.
Fire's gonna do a round 2, but argue the genocide claim low. I'm not even sure if Lonerbox would disagree with that one. Didn't Lonerbox say he's like more keen on saying that like it is a genocide now? Like, didn't he say that? Because of the aid point and the occupying Gaza point. I could be wrong though.
But I'm not watching streams. So I don't know what you're watching or what
I'm
you're
just
looking at right now.
listening to you. I'm just listening to you, but I'm also looking at Prophets Without Honor because they
Have you
mentioned
yet to
something
see a
about Taliban
clip?
refugees here. I
Okay.
just can't remember where it is. My understanding is that that even in Taba, based on the Clinton parameters, Abu Allah was still one of the Palestinian negotiators was still saying that this was generally still like unacceptable. But as far as I know about none before us had negotiated as we did in Sweden and later in Taba.
I think so, but I don't know if he thinks it was a genocide or it's retroactive. Like I would just probably still go with like ethnic cleansing, right? Like what Netanyahu wants is ethnic cleansing from the region, right?
A joint text about the responsibilities for the
definition?
Nakba and the
Who knows?
mechanisms for the solution of the problem of refugees. This is also the case with Jerusalem. When we went to Camp David, opinion polls taught us that only 5% of Israelis were ready to contemplate the division of Jerusalem. When we left the summit, polls showed 41% contemplate such a division for the sake of real peace. Yeah, as far as I know with refugees in Taba, I don't think it actually made any concrete progress. That's the indication that I got from it.
It might have not made concrete progress, but I feel like the general sentiment being positive regarding the Palestinians and both the Israelis.
But you understand that
think
I
it goes away
don't know
with
what to
what-
do with there was a general positive sentiment. I don't know what what that means. That's
Fire
like the
was
most
the
vague sentence in
child
the world, right?
genius.
Like people can have been.
Yeah, I mean Fire is like 21, I think. Yeah.
People could have been nice to each other and friendly, or like there might have been some
No, the
like
idea is that the
willingness to
general
talk about
positive
things.
sentiment
But
that if they had one more meeting, that there would have been an agreement reached.
okay, then why
So-
do you not think it would behoove Arafat or
This is a Jew talking.
it would have behooved Arafat or Abbas to say that, well, like, even though the meetings are like are getting fucked by the change in office, like here's our offer that we will accept. Like I don't know why that still to this day doesn't exist.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure actually. But my main opinion has always been how do I phrase this? Do you think
He literally opened up the debate by saying that he came from my community. Listen, I have to know. I have to know. But it sounds like amiable so far, no? Like he doesn't seem like he's bad faith. It doesn't seem like he's like doing anything weird, right? So, yeah, not bad, I guess. Like the thing is that you can disagree with the rest of us, but like I just want you to, you know, if any one of us just goes and you tie my name to it, and you tie my name to it. If you tie my name to it, okay, you better be the nicest motherfucker ever, okay, and not going crazy. All right, you better not be a fucking spurg. All right. The reason I say this is mainly because whenever Queenman's fucking viewers show up, they are the most embarrassing, toxic, like, people ever. Okay, it's very clear, and it just does not represent well of his community. So like the thing is that yeah, I don't want my community to also be like that. Okay.
regarding Taba Summit, all the delays that were made prior to Taba Summit, they were all done from the Palestinian side, because there's always this general narrative that this is a strategy that has been utilized by the Palestinians. That
Bro, when the Queenman viewer who's like 50 years old and is like screaming obscenities at me comes in, listen, I'm just done. Okay.
Palestinians they use like a fucking regime change as kind of like a negotiation tactic, or they use this sort of delay as a negotiation tactic. But from my understanding, I thought that both sides engaged in this type of behavior.
Well,
So,
in
if you wanna,
change of office, probably not for Israel,
like,
right? Because they're not waiting for Arafat. Arafat was there to stay. There was no indication that Arafat was going anywhere anytime soon, right?
well, I'm just talking about, regarding Israel, shouldn't have Israel then accepted the deal because they knew then Ariel Sharon would have,
Accepted what deal,
or
though?
Ehud Barak?
Yeah, yeah, but what deal? What final offer were they supposed to accept? There wasn't one. But yeah,
I
you're
have no
right.
idea what the
If
fuck
Arafat
they're
had
talking
played his
about
cards
right
right, I
now.
think, and at Taba on the last day before they're about to get fucked by Sharon, had actually said like,
I don't know about these specific
okay, here it
deals.
is, take it or leave it. He could have probably highballed them pretty hard, because that was Ehud Barak staked his entire political reputation and his entire legacy on getting a peace deal with the Palestinians. So he would have probably given quite a bit for that. I mean, obviously we know that the difference between what they initially offered at Camp David versus what they were going to concede at Clinton was already quite wide. I feel like if Arafat had just dropped it, again, just something, at least even just so we know where they're at in terms of like what a Palestinian leader would accept for two states, but we don't have it. So I don't know what they're supposed to accept.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess I thought I might have remembered how concrete the Taba Summit was. I From reading the PDF, the EU the EU representatives that came to the Taba Summit described it as incredibly forward, incredibly progressive, and incredibly like positive negotiations. Maybe there were still specificities, specific things, specific ambiguities that they needed to discuss, but I didn't understand that there were still those. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, people can have that sentiment, and people can have feelings that things are going somewhere in negotiations. But obviously, a negotiation can feel great and it can feel very positive. But if it ends with no offer when time is of the essence, when you're at the last minute, then it's nothing, isn't it? Yeah, that can happen. That can happen probably in any kind of negotiation environment.
Do you think there were things that Israel could have done to have accelerated the deals?
Yeah. I think one big mistake that Barak made, especially, was that he started with just an incredibly humiliating like term of surrender as his opening offer. Like for Camp David, I think his opening offer was something like the West Bank would only be 66% Palestinian state, and the rest would be annexed to Israel. That was his first offer, and Clinton like shouted at him for it. Clinton properly fell out with Barak over that offer because it was just so unserious. And then the problem is that Arafat, after then, was just able to be like, no, 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 no. And then that resulted in Barak constantly accepting more and more. So if you start with that 66% offer, then you are just basically telling Arafat, like, well, like if Arafat just keeps saying no, Barak's just going to keep on offering more. And then obviously Arafat, my good faith interpretation of Arafat is that he just interpreted that behavior from Barak and the Israeli team to just mean that if you just keep saying no, they're just going to keep offering you stuff. Like, why would you say yes when they are more desperate for this offer to go somewhere than you are? I think that was a huge mistake. Barak he didn't realize that he could never get into the head of like what Palestinians saw peace talks as. He always saw it as terms of surrender to a defeated military, whereas Arafat and the Palestinians see a peace offer as an oppressed people getting what they're owed. And yeah, Barak thought he was fucking haggling at the souk. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's probably
so Barak shouldn't have So wait, you're saying that
like Barack Obama I'm kidding. I know it's not Barack.
Barack
Obama.
expected Yasser Arafat to negotiate further.
Barack should have offered something at the beginning that could have materialized into a state. That's what he should have gone with. Yeah. And then
Okay, gotcha.
that gives Arafat room to like say, okay, that seems good, but we can change this and this and this. And then that's actually their starting, not this.
Okay,
not
okay. What else do they talk about?
About now.
48.
Yeah, 48. But that's not just all the wars that they that supposedly they've all started, right?
Oh, like
So we're talking
67
about
or
48, 57, 67. Because
Someone said in chat, this is so nice for the internet. Okay, we got some positive feedback. All right, positive feedback. I like how measured color is. Oh no, dude, Yoge, it's fucking over. People are praising fire. It's fucking over, dude. Oh no, fire is now the better Foodshops community representation. Okay, it's fucking over.
like from what I was led to believe by this narrative that is really common is that Arabs every single time there was a war, it wasn't really that nuanced. The Arab leaders were the ones that have started it. But like,
Roasting
for
the
instance, let's take the
opposition,
1957.
really?
You know,
the
if
Suez
someone were to
crisis.
tell, yeah, the Suez crisis.
Yeah,
Is he actually like hiding his power level here or no?
I don't know how people would argue it's clearly that was started by the Arabs. Like Israel actually behaved horribly in that war. So yeah.
Yeah, even the UN. So, but like again, this narrative is still really strong.
I have to bring
Even
up
though I feel like if you would
genocide?
point to the specific wars, like it would be a little bit more
Right, okay.
Well, it's because there are certain acts that people like,
nuanced and ambiguous.
I can steal mine what they're saying, which is that there are certain acts that people consider to be acts of war that are more ambiguous. So rather than moving troops in, which seems like the obvious one, they would say it's because of nationalizing the Suez Canal and blocking the Straits of Tehran, right? That's what people call like an act of. But for the 6 Day War,
But I
that
mean,
makes
at
sense
the same
because
time, they
Israel
also
had
had
made
full
their.
sovereignty. So, and then also there were border skirmishes. So like,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know where do you want to start from it, right? Like, in 1967, yeah, they did rally the troops, but at the same time, I think eventually later investigations have proved.
I do not understand the obsession of Lonerbox calling it a genocide. Wait, like Lonerbox thinks that it's a not a genocide? Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm skipping to the end. We'll see how this closes out.
You kind of lose, you gain perspective, but you kind of lose perspective at the same time. And I think looking at the history too much in this current conflict, I feel like is makes you lose perspective. I mean, that's my opinion.
It's always good to learn, but yeah, you can definitely go wrong with it sometimes. Anyway,
All right.
well,
Okay, shout out to Yoge. Okay.
What?
I mean, has he ever been on stream before?
Not that I know of,
You
but maybe
know him?
we have a lot of call-ins, so
Yoge?
hard to tell.
Yoge?
Oh my god, really?
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.
Fuck me.
Okay. Yoge, called out. Put on the spot.
Dude.
Shagged. That was a surprisingly collected conversation. Wow. Your taser numbered, Yoge. Okay. Gapes. Don't say that. It's a disgusting word. I should never have introduced it to this community's lexicon. No way. It's an actively horrible word.
No, it's not. Who cares if someone used gaped? Oh my god, whatever. Alright, cool. Awesome. Okay. Alright. Good. That was not as bad as I was expecting. It wasn't. It was pretty good. No? It does seem like provided us some good represent. Listen, when people think of us, they think of a bunch of like fucking lolicon like chasers. Okay, that's what they think of us, alright? Just good optics. Have some faith, Jesus. What do you mean? You're the one that wants to skip the segment. Us? What do you mean? What? Or not? So far, nobody has dogged me for watching you. Really? Didn't Ryle like say like what are you doing in Foodshops fucking community?